What's up, fam? We recently saw the debate between Harris and Pence, and we saw where Pence kept interrupting Harris as she was speaking. And as I have the t-shirt on, I'm speaking, and the way she handled it. And I believe women across the world could just identify with what was happening right there. We've been that woman in a meeting. Women are 33% more likely to be cut off during a business meeting than men. And that's also by other women, right? So I wanted to give you some tips on how we can handle, or how you can handle when that happens to you. Because it certainly happens to me. One, I would say don't make assumptions. Sometimes when we're annoyed with something happening, we do immediately assume that somebody is trying to assert dominance or doesn't have respect for us. And what you have to determine is the interruption, collaborative interruption, where the person is saying, oh, that's a great idea. Let me build off that. Or let me interject this. Or let me ask a question, where they're really trying to take your idea, your thoughts, and take it somewhere and grow with it and working with you? Or is it an actual interruption where you are feeling that the person was rude and that you're feeling belittled and not valued and not heard? So the first thing, if you can, take a moment to first determine what type of interruption it is and not make assumptions. That's critical. Second thing you may want to do is, prior to meetings, you can set ground rules. There were ground rules set for the debate. Pence did not follow them. Eventually, Harris did not either, because she was doing what one of the steps is I'm going to tell you about, and that is to set the rules. You could say, hey guys, I know everyone's passionate about this subject. We're going to cover a lot today, but what I'm asking is that you first listen to what I'm going to present to you today without interrupting. Or you could have a company policy, right? We talk about having inclusive environments. You can create inclusive environments by policies and say, we don't allow interruptions here without a person being able to talk a certain amount of time. Or you at least asking first, may I please interrupt you? Those things can be policy. Just like we say hello. We learned somewhere to say hello, and it became a policy that is polite to greet a person. Everything can be made a policy and can be made standard. So that's one thing. Set up where you have, policies around how conversations go. If someone still does interrupt you, you can interrupt them back. Okay? Kind of like Harris said. You can say, oh, no. Let me finish my points. Or I'm speaking, like she said. I wasn't done talking yet. I think it's important that I get through these points. Give me a few more moments. So you can stop them from interrupting you, right? Another tip is to keep talking. As they try to interrupt you and talk, you can continuously talk so you do not give way, stand down to the person who has tried to interrupt you. Also, there's allyship. You can be an ally, where when you see that someone is frequently getting cut off, you could say, oh, no, wait a moment. I think Patrice was sharing her viewpoint. So you can be an ally, and then people will be more likely to do that with you. So set up allyship so people do not interrupt each other, or when that does happen, there's someone who has your back and redirects the conversation, and you have that person's back. So these are just some tips that can help you when it comes to redirecting a conversation or getting the floor back when someone interrupts you. Give me your thoughts. What do you do? This is Randy B.